Welcome back, beautiful souls. This is Soldier of Light reporting for duty. And I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in tonight for the readings. I also want to say thank you guys for the support. Last Monday, I read all the comments like I always do after the show, and it was amazing. All the love and all the support, not only to myself, but to others in the chat. So that's what this is about, is just spreading the light as being even when it's hard to do so. That's the time that we need to buckle down and we need to be the light worker that we are. I also the support, as I mentioned, did an amazing reading today for someone, which is great. And it's just the energy that I receive from you guys as well is very, very awesome. And I try to reciprocate that as much as I possibly can. I just want you guys to know that all will be well. All is well. Even if it seems hard, and we need to start putting the energy out like justice is already done. That's what I feel is like the biggest message from Spirit was to say that, and my wife got the same scenario, is in the same download that she received. And literally, it's what we've been talking about before the show, is we need to start putting the energy out as if justice has already been done. It's a done deal. And that way it's already been put out. It's already accomplished. We're already in the light. So I feel like that's the biggest thing. We can redirect our energy for that purpose. And instead of wondering when things are going to happen, how it's going to happen, and I feel like the energy needs to be focused on as if it's already done. That just means completion. And whatever that looks like, how God put it in our path, we'll see. We'll see how that looks. But our energy also helps push this along. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that we can focus our energy on, is projecting it as it's already done. And I feel like that's the quickest way to move us into a timeline and a little quicker. To move the timeline in a positive manner is to already manifest that it's already done. So I just wanted to kind of share that message for you guys. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you guys once again for all the guardians, warriors in the chat. Also, all the people who support this channel. Even though the numbers stay every day, every time I put a video out, they go down. Every time I put something out, my numbers go down every time. So I know that's not the case. That the support has always been here, and I feel like whoever's meant to be in my path will be in my path. And I've always believed that. So thank you guys for tuning in or listening if you're not able to attend the live shows. And I also wanted to kind of address something real quick too before I get reading is I don't feel I'm not going to do the Wednesday shows moving forward. I feel like there's a lot of other channels that are starting to move into that direction, which is amazing. I know Joe is very spiritual when he speaks. Dennis as well is putting information out. Chrissy and Lady D, and they're kind of doing roundtable type of spiritual stuff for everybody too. And I feel like that's a good platform for them to be able to push that for them. And I feel like my gift is to help reading for people. And I feel like if I'm ever, people have always asked me to come on shows. That's what I feel like I'll do moving forward. But I feel like it's time for others to kind of spread their wings as well and kind of help them along in their journey and them clearing the path for others. That's what this is about. It's for others to see these types of things, see things grow, so on and so forth. And then they have the courage to maybe step out of their comfort zone and start to push this more along in their journey. So I feel like that's a big part of this, is the pay it forward thing. And I know that they're doing that, and they're doing a good job of it. So I just wanted to tell them, all my friends who are doing their shows, you guys are doing amazing. Keep that torch going, okay? I'll keep focusing on this for people, and you guys keep pushing that spirituality and all those things. And of course, my stuff is always intermingled with that, with the spirituality. It always is. So I just feel like the platform is better suited as they're growing into their own. So support those channels, guys. Support those channels. That's the big thing. And from there, start your own. Start your own if you're not comfortable. I wasn't comfortable getting into this either. But Spirit literally wouldn't leave me alone and told me, you need to do this. So I finally took the leap of faith, and here I am today. So I'm very thankful for the people in my life that have come into my path. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I know you guys are going to do amazing things. So Stay on the light. We've already won. Let's keep manifesting that it's already done. It's already done. So let's go ahead and get some readings done. All right. J.M. Smith. Good evening, Jason. Can you tell me if I am a light worker? Will I ascend? Let's find out. I got the Three of Cups. Tells me, yes, you're part of a family, a community of light workers. That's what it's telling me. And you're here as for collaboration. That's exactly what that Three of Cups tells me. You're here because of the loss, the Five of Cups after that. So this is very emotional, very spiritual in nature with cups. So it tells me that there's because of disappointments, the fears, the grief, all these things that have been surrounding this the universe and the world, I feel is why you're here. And I have the King of Pentacles. You're on a mission from God. God is the King of Pentacles in this. But I also feel like you're a leader. You are a leader. You come here on your own. You volunteered to come here. Also tells me this is part of you're very disciplined. So I feel like the most disciplined are the ones that are here in this time to switch the timelines, to change these things. So I feel like this is why you were here, and you're very generous. You're a very generous person and very generous soul. And I have the devil card after that. That's exactly what you're here to do. You're here to defend. You're here to help move the light in against the devil or the darkness. That's what you're here to fight. And I have the Four of Swords. So it tells me recuperation, rebuilding something. So with this battle, you're going to also help move it into a new journey with the recuperation and renewal. This is a time for renewal. The Hanged Man. This is something that's has taken a while, and it will take a while. Is telling me, but you're here for a change. This is you're going to start viewing things differently, and I feel like the world will start to view things differently. The Hanged Man tells me new perspective, moving on or letting go of something, which is the old. And the Ten of Swords. So yes, the ending, the painful ending. We're going to feel we've been betrayed. Or we feel like we've been backstabbed. And there's a lot of things going on with this. So something is collapsing. Something is coming to an end and defeat. So we're here to defeat, as I mentioned, the dark. And the Six of Pentacles. So this is something that's very generous. We're giving something and we're going to receive something in return. I also feel financially there's going to be a lot of generosity and prosperity for you in general. So this is something that we're here to do, exchange. We're here as a gift to the universe and to God. We're gifts. And so he's helping us bring balance with the Six of Pentacles. So, and the Chariot, holding up my reading tells me that it's a movement, a change, and we're picking up the pace. We're starting to make some action. We're taking action, and victory is ours, is what they just told me. So tells me you are ascending. You are here. You volunteered to come here. So that's kind of what I got. And you are a part of a light working team. So good job. Thank you for the super chat. Hope that resonated. Lauren, what are these new heart symptoms stemming from? I'm still tapering off Klonopin. Thank you. I got Six of Swords. So it tells me this is a transition point for you. Your body is transitioning because you're leaving behind something. It tells me some type of emotional baggage, some type of transition. So I feel like you're getting off of this as a transition point for you. You're moving out of troubled waters. So right now, what it's telling me is you're releasing things. And that's what it is. So toxins and all these things your body is kind of going through. And I have the Five of Pentacles. So that tells me some type of ill health, maybe at times. Tells me Also insecurities. Also tells me possibly maybe, like I said, not feeling well, or maybe your heart feels a little weird, maybe like fluttery at times, or something I'm kind of feeling. I have the Seven of Swords. So that tells me the Seven of Swords, this is a strategy of yours. You've been weaning off of these things. So this is what they're telling me. And your strategy is going to pay off. I got the Ace of Wands. You're growing. This is an opportunity for you. It tells me here, this is your willpower. Your willpower is pushing through this, even though you may not feel well at times. Telling me that you've stood your ground. You were inspired to do this for this transition. And the King of Wands, you're going to overcome these obstacles. Okay, that's what it tells me. So they want you to remain focused. You're very good at overcoming challenges. So your body is adapting, they're telling me, and it's going to overcome. Seven of Pentacles. It won't be a quick overcoming. It's going to take some time, but sustained results. So it tells me that this is something that's going to pay off in the long run for you. Delayed success. The seeds have been well planted. Five of Swords. So there's going to be some conflict, I feel, up in your mind at times as well, but also tells me like maybe your body will have some battles that it's kind of going through as you're transitioning to a different point, is what that's kind of telling me. And they'll be temporary, and they won't be long. And I have the Fool. So it tells me new beginning, have faith, trust, okay? So it tells me there's going to be great possibilities for you. This is part of your journey. You're going to be on a new journey. And the Empress card, you're going to heal. The Empress card. So nurture yourself as you've been doing, work on yourself. It tells me the fruits of your labor are going to pay off. Also tells me this is part of your evolution. Your body's kind of evolving, and everything is kind of coming into place for you. Even though you may not feel well at times, your body is adjusting from the old to the new. So this is something because of the action you've taken. So the Five of Wands tells me, holding up my deck, that there's obstacles. These are little obstacles and there's some tension I feel with you a little bit. So it tells me these are little obstacles, are temporary, and you're going to push through them. It's like little speed bumps that your body's going through as it transitions. So just release your fears, Lauren. It feels like your body, what I'm feeling is there's a lot of anxieties about things from your past that I feel like in my heart right now, that it feels like you're starting to let these go. These are toxins. These are things that your energy is changing. That's why you may feel heart flutters at times. Things like that. I feel like this is your body is transitioning, and I say drink plenty of water if you don't, and I feel like that's will help as well. And just kind of keep the mind calm, because I feel you're a racing thinker, and I feel like that's your worst enemy for your health is you worry a lot. So that's what I kind of get, Lauren, and I hope that resonates with you. And thank you for the super chat. All right. Let's see. Has there been a force field around Earth? That's funny. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm just going to pull cards, and then I'm going to tell you my story afterwards. True story. At least from my perspective, it's a true story. So, living in a protected force field around Earth. You're not talking about the ether, right? Is that what you're talking about, or something different? Let's see. Let's see what Spirit has. The Queen of Swords, energetic boundary. So it tells me there's some type of perimeter. Something's defending is what I'm getting. The Death card. So yeah, during a transition, so the Earth is it's transforming. I get a metamorphosis with the Death card. So it's a transition from an old to a new. And this is part of it. This is a transformation, a metamorphosis, I feel. It's part of a cycle. It's the end of a cycle. I got the end of a cycle. Then I got the 10 of Cups. So this is a divine protection. This is a protection for the children of God. I get that very strongly with that 10 of Cups. Like this is to help grow and expand the light as it was always meant to be. This is something out of love. This is the divine supporting and protecting. I have the Queen of Pentacles. So yes, this is something to do to help us for nurturing purposes. It's very practical in what's going on. And I feel This is once again, Father. I also feel Mother Earth with the Queen of Pentacles is very tangible. So I feel the Queen of Pentacles. There is, when you're asking about that, very much so. That's the Queen of Pentacles. There's two queens, so the Mother Earth is what I'm getting, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, very much so. And this is protection. This is for long-term success. And this is something that the divine took responsibility to help us in this situation. And the Page of Cups, because we're the children. That's what I just got. We're the children with the Page of Cups. So I feel it was out of love. That once again, I keep getting out of love is for protection of God's children. He's heard, he's seen. So I feel like this is a way that Mother Earth and the divine have intervened to protect while we're going through a metamorphosis, a transformation, so things can't affect us like they used to. And yes, exactly, Seven of Pentacles. So it tells me long-term success. This is for sustained results of things that are moving along. Also tells me this is for victory. The seeds have been well planted. This is the Garden of Eden scenario. I feel like this is us repopulating, refruiting the earth, healing the earth. And I feel like this is what we're doing. We're changing the timeline. So, and I have the King of Wands, which is my card, amazingly. I love that the King of Wands is holding in my reading. So it tells me this is a leader. The father says, "This is I'm taking charge. I'm very protective, father figure, protective." And he did this to protect us, to help us overcome these obstacles and these challenges. So, very good question, Dennis. So yes, very much so. Hope that resonated with you. Thank you for the super chat. I'm feeling good tonight, man. I'm feeling like I'm locked in. Father's estate has been spot on. Whole thing has been riddled with fraud, especially with title and deed. What happened with these documents? Let's see. The Magician card. This is somebody's distracting. This is a distraction. So somebody has took it, they've cloaked it, they've hidden it. It's like, look here while I'm doing this over here. So somebody took it upon themselves to do this. And the Four of Cups. So somebody contemplated this. They're reevaluating things. That's what they're telling me. It's constantly reevaluating. So that's what they're telling me. So somebody actually, once again, they've contemplated this for a while. So whoever was doing this has been contemplating it. And the Five of Wands is to cause strife, is to cause tension, is to cause obstacles, but it's temporary with the five. I have the Page of Swords, so I don't know if this is involving, this is a younger energy or whatever is involved with this. I feel like this is a strategy. The Page of Swords is gossip, innuendo. Also tells me that there's some, could be some communication. So I feel like they're going to communicate, or they've been communicating things that haven't been exactly truthful, is what I'm getting. Whoever communicates to you. And it's somebody maybe from your family. So I don't know what the situation is that's causing this issue. But I feel like there might be somebody involved from the past that's involved with this situation, is what I'm kind of getting. I have the Nine of Wands. So it tells me gearing up for something. This is like a test of faith. Also tells me that this is once again, this is gearing up for something. Eight of Swords. So they're holding it back. This trap. They're holding this paperwork back. They're holding. This is an entrapment thing. This is Eight of Swords is feeling imprisoned. So I feel restricted. They're restricting this. Something's being restricted. But the Wheel of Fortune is coming, so it tells me it's going to change. It's inevitable for this to come out. It tells me there's been some ups and downs, but this cycle will come to a completion. Also tells me it's a turning point. There's a turning point is going to come for the better for you. And the Nine of Cups. So keep manifesting. That tells me your wish will come true. You'll be very content. You're going to be very fulfilled. And your father, I feel, is going to be part of this as well. He's going to help energetically with that 9 of Cups. So you're going to be very content. And I feel like things are going to play out. There's going to be a turning point coming up that's going to start to, it'll be in the benefit for yourself. And the 9 of Pentacles tells me, holding up my reading, that the fruits of your labor will be good. Everything will come to fruition, it looks like, moving forward financially with the situation. So just keep the faith. They're purposely holding it back. So that's the reason why that somebody has those documents, that they're making a conscious decision to do that. So hope that resonated with you, Damien, and thank you for the super chat. Hi, I'm trying to understand my triggers, and my new roommate really gets on my nerves. He's a nice guy, but he makes me angry. What's the lesson? Well, let's find out. I don't know if he's younger than you, but I see a Page of Pentacles. So I feel something is developing. I don't know what that is. I feel the reason why it's a trigger, something from your childhood. It's something from your past. Has to be, because I have the 6 of Cups next after a page. So it tells me when you were younger. This is something that's triggering you, whatever, some type of energy or something from when you were younger as a child is what's causing you to, it's a trigger for you. I have the 9 of Wands. So something that was a test of faith for you when you were younger, some type of interaction, something that happened that caused you to put up boundaries around you. So I feel he's kind of stepped into those boundaries that you put up at times, and it's made you triggered and you felt like you were out of control almost, and it angered you, is what I'm feeling. I have the 8 of Swords again. So that tells me entrapment. That tells me prisoner of your own mind. It tells me victim mentality at times. So it tells me you're a victim of something possibly that happened, or something traumatized you when you were younger that's causing you to have these triggers with this person. Even if they haven't done anything wrong to you, I feel like this is a muscle memory type thing. I have the Lover's card. So it tells me there's going to be harmony. But it also tells me that your energies combined even though it's good for you, it's good for you, is what they're telling me. That they were brought into your life for a reason. And it tells me that you have great strength together. Not saying you have to be in a relationship, but it tells me, like, even though she's triggering you now, I feel your energies will be stronger together. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. And I feel he will do the same through him or through you, is what I feel. This is a divine partnership. And the Ace of Swords tells me you're going to have mental clarity with this situation. You're going to have breakthroughs. Tells me there's going to be a breakthrough in the future for you guys. And I feel like there's going to be success and victory, as I mentioned. And I feel like you're going to communicate very well moving forward. Knight of Swords. Yeah. So it tells me taking action. It tells me that things are going to, you guys, your energies are going to start to come towards each other more, is what they're telling me with that Knight of Swords. And the 4 of Wands, celebration, joy. So it tells me happiness is coming in your future, celebration in your home, because you guys live together. It tells me that there's something from your past that's triggering you. You may not know what it is, but I feel there's something from your childhood that's causing you to feel energetically that way towards it. But I feel you're going to have some breakthroughs. So it tells me it's something that's up here from your childhood, muscle memory. You're releasing it. So it tells me that that's the reason why you're kind of having, and the 3 of Pentacles tells me you're going to have good collaboration with this gentleman. It's meant to be. You're going to build something together. So maybe teamwork, helping each other, as I mentioned, could be in multiple ways, financially, talking, whatever it may be. But I feel that's where this is going. And I feel like this relationship will build stronger than it is now as you move forward. This is just, you're moving past it, and you will. So hope that resonate with you, Cecilia, and thank you for the super chat. I'm asking this question for Diana Steffens. Is Seroquel helpful for my son? He is 32 years old. Is Seroquel helpful for her son? And when I just even asking this question, I get pressure in my head. I get pressure on the left side of my head. Believe it or not, I get the full card, which is first. So I feel maybe it gives him an opportunity maybe to kind of function a little differently because I have the hermit card. So I feel like this is something that helps him kind of focus maybe is what I'm kind of getting. Seroquel. So maybe he's kind of more internal, or maybe it helps him go maybe internal, something along that line. I feel. I also feel like with the Empress card after that, it's something that helps him. Believe it or not, I feel like it helps him grow. It helps him evolve instead of being stuck maybe when what he was in. Whatever was going on inside of him, I feel it helps him. He's accomplishing things with this. Is what I'm getting. I have the Ace of Pentacles after that, so it tells me the Ace of Pentacles that yes, it has benefited him, and I feel like maybe he's helped him with some opportunities in his life or something with opportunities. I feel like maybe it's helped him where he maybe not have it may not have worked out so well for him in the past, but with this medication, maybe it's helped him in some way, is what I'm kind of getting. And the Six of Wands. So it tells me it has helped him make progress. And I feel like there is going to be, he's going to be victorious. It's either moving forward. I feel like he may not even may not even need this medicine. So yeah, I feel with the Chariot, so something is going to change in his future where he won't need that. I feel, and I feel like something is going to change. He's going to depart from the old with the Chariot card. So he's going to move past that, and this is part of the journey. Like I said, the Six of Wands, he's making progress, and it's telling me, and he's going to be victorious. So I feel like he will get off of this in the future. And yes, the Six of Wands, the Six of Pentacles tells me that maybe in the next 6 months or so, possibly, he may start to get off of this medication. Something along that line, I'm guessing. I'm feeling maybe he's going to start to be more balanced. So I feel like this medicine maybe helps him, but I feel he's going to start to wean himself off of it. And I feel like that's because there's something going to change, and he's going to be more balanced. So the Sun card is telling me that all will be well. Holding up my reading, and he's going to have that joy and his happiness back in his life, and vitality is coming back for him. So I feel like he's going to transition away from it, but it has helped him, and I feel like maybe focus or something is what I was kind of getting. So he is working, he is healing, he's evolving. And he will. That tells me that evolution means he's maybe moving past it. I feel he will be moving past it, and he will be off of it. And I feel like he'll be more balanced as he does that in his future. So hopefully that resonated with you. You are my sunshine, and thank you for the super chat. Can I check in on Dee's energy about our connection, please, and love to you? Sure. I got the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups tells me your wish comes true, contentment. So I feel there's going to be some contentment. Emotional stability. If it's been a little off, I feel like there's something emotionally that's going to be stable. I have the Magician card, so it tells me that you're manifesting this, and I feel like you need to work on your self-confidence, Monique. That's what they're telling me with the Magician card. There's going to be clarity, though, and I feel like this is something that you're going to get more clarity with the Four of Cups. So it tells me that's meditation. That's because you're feeling a little disconnected maybe with this energy. So it tells me you're reevaluating, and this energy is also reevaluating itself. I have the Five of Wands, so that tells me there's some disagreements possibly, maybe some tension, but this is temporary. I have the Page of Swords, so maybe there's some things that maybe just a younger energy of how they think. Could also be just maybe there's a lot of ideas floating around in this other person's mind is what I'm getting. I have the Knight of Pentacles, so it tells me, yes, there's something coming forward. It's going to be slow moving. But it also tells me there's truth to this with the Knight of Pentacles. Also tells me conservation. Things are going to kind of conserve themselves for your energy. I have the Page of Cups. So a happy surprise is coming. That tells me maybe some type of message towards you, or this energy will come towards you is what I'm getting. And the Seven of Pentacles. So long term, delayed success. It won't happen right away, but it tells me delayed success. Things will kind of come into motion. And just be diligent. That's what they're telling me. The seeds have been well planted, okay? And I have the Seven of Cups holding up my reading, so it tells me there's a lot of choices. So they're thinking about a lot of things. You're thinking about a lot of things. So it tells me that there's opportunity for this. But I feel like you guys are also, there's a lot of wishful thinking, more maybe than the other person thinks at the time is what I'm kind of getting. But tells me that you guys will move past this. But the energy, I see good cards. It just won't happen right away between the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So it tells me there's going to take some time, but stay the course, stay in the light, and all will be well. Hope that resonated with you, Monique. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, I got to turn off I don't even know how many things there are now. All right, no more super chats. I don't know how many there are, but I'm going to put this one up. Okay. Do you see martial law coming to Canada this year? Let's find out. Will martial law come to Canada in 2023 on our calendar as we know it? Will Canada see martial law in their country in 2023? Calendar like we know. I got the Empress card. So something is evolving. So it will. So there's action going to be taken with the Empress card. I have the Ten of Pentacles. That tells me fulfillment. Tells me things are going to happen for sure. I feel for long-term success, this has to happen. And I feel it's going to do this financial security. So I feel like there's something that's financially, it's going to come out. That's the reason why it's going to come out. And they're going to have to put military on the streets for that reason. It's financial. I have the Three of Swords. So there's going to be some loss. There's going to be a lot of depression, possibly some heartbreaks. I feel like there's going to be grief because I feel the financial system is going to crash, and that allows the military to come in. Exactly. I have the Knight of Swords. So it tells me with the Knight of Swords that action will be taken. Knight of Swords is a military card for me. They're going to come. They're going to have to take action, and it'll be swift when they do come. And I feel like this is something that will take place, but it'll lead to success. Four of Wands. So intervention will lead to a new celebration, harmony moving in the future, is what they're telling me for the community. Seven, exactly. Seven of Pentacles. So long-term success tells me, once again, delayed success, but for sustainable results. So this will happen. Something that's been planned a while ago because the seeds have been well planted. It also is to help progress the timelines. And the Page of Cups. So happy surprise, a message, And it's very creative. So they're going to be, this is something, there's a lot of possibilities of how this is going to look. But I feel like this is something that will happen. And I have the Two of Cups holding up my reading. So it tells me that this has been agreed to already. There's some type of proposal that will come or some type of communication. And this is something that's been in agreement for some time already from the holding up the reading. So I feel within this year, you may see martial law because of a financial crash. That's what I'm kind of getting. And I feel if it's in Canada, it's probably going to be everywhere in the world, because if our system crashes, the world crashes with their financial systems, because the fiat is paper. It's worthless. It's mean nothing. They can keep, that the Federal Reserve, I know this might get me, I don't care though. If, the Federal Reserve prints is only cost at the Federal Reserve, which is not even a bank or has anything to do with our Federal Reserve and our Treasury. It's a corporation in Puerto Rico, and same thing with the IRS. So, but with these guys though, it's pretty. Oh man, now see, Spirit took that out of my head. So I was going to say they print the money. Okay, they just print the money. It's worth nothing. So the only cost that they have is for the printing and the ink. That's it. This means nothing. It's only value because of our energy that gives it value. That's one thing that I've been learning more about is the energy. Everything is energy related. Debt notes, things like that. That's what a Federal Reserve, it's a note. It's a debt note. We haven't had real money since gold and silver was taken. So that's in 1933. So the USA's been bankrupt since then. So that means all the Congress and all the government should have never been elected, but they're bankrupt. So they keep just renaming this bankrupt corporation something different. The United States, for instance, it's all capitals, all inside of DC. So that's something that people don't realize is we're all citizens, and you don't want to be a citizen. I'm telling you, you don't want to be a resident, and you definitely don't want to be a person. You want to be a living man and a living woman as God given you. That's what God created you as, and that's exactly what you need to stand, and that's what we need to do. But I'm going to jump off that whole scenario. The financial system is crashing. I promise you, it is. I had a dream last night. I was going to tell you about that last reading too, but separate. I had a dream last night, which I don't remember my dreams sometimes. The last night I remembered, I was in an airplane, and I was looking down, and I could see like the world, or like I was up above the clouds, and I used to jump out of planes. So the funny thing is, I jumped out of a plane. I never seen a plane that looked anything like this plane. It was weird. But I was there, and all of a sudden I jumped out of the plane, and I was flying, and all of a sudden I was on the ground, like walking around, like it was that fast. Like you've ever parachuted before, it takes some time to get to the ground. And I feel like what I got from Spirit was I was looking at things from the higher perspective. Now it's time to start to descend. That's what I feel. So I feel like the higher perspective stuff is we're going to start on the descent now, from the 100,000, 140,000, 144,000. I like that number better. Foot view. So I feel like that was maybe what Spirit was telling me is I took that leap of faith. I jumped out of the plane, and I did it because there were people who were on the plane with me who were afraid to jump out of the plane. So that's why I feel like it was a big thing. Is like tells me like, and then I was on the ground and walking around amongst people that I hadn't seen since I was in high school. That I didn't even remember. I was like, oh, this person, I remember that person. Oh, I remember that person. It was weird. It was like a unique, like I jumped into a timeline or something. But it was a different timeline. It was different. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you with my experiences. So I feel martial law this year is looking pretty good at this point for that to happen, based on, I think the financial reason will be the reason why the military will step in. So, all right. Car. Welcome. That's a new name. I don't remember seeing you, but welcome. My daughter is on an in Jesus. My daughter is on an online course and is uncomfortable about one of the male instructors. Creepy, yes or no? Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I mean, I got the star card. So I feel it's like there's a purpose to this. I feel there's a purpose to it. But it also tells me, though, with the star card, she should remain calm. Okay? Because I have the Eight of Cups. I know that maybe some disappointments. Maybe she feels like she should escape or walk away from it. She's had these thoughts. But it tells me she's going to not walk away. She's only thinking about walking away. She's going to accomplish this with the World card. So it tells me with the World card, attaining something. She's going to come to completion. So I feel there's going to be a walking away of maybe some of the energies, but I feel like there's a reason for it because I have the Knight of Wands, so it tells me like be fearless. Okay, so I also feel like that's what she's having. She's fighting with herself inside. I feel like if there's something that's triggering her, obviously. I have the Five of Cups, so I feel like maybe she's had some anxieties, some fears, some of these things are going to kind of get about a male because I have the King of Pentacles, and I feel like that's somebody who's helping her. I have the Devil card, so it tells me with the Devil card that it's possibly something that some type of energy. It could be a sexual type of attraction thing, is what I'm getting with the Devil card. That's usually what that tells me. He has to. There's some decisions that he makes. He's kind of trying to find his balance. I feel with the Queen of Wands. So yeah, He's making a decision when he does some of these things. He's trying to adapt to how he feels. I feel about her and trying to stay positive because it's about your daughter for sure. Determination. So there's going to be a tower moment. There's going to be a tower moment, I feel, or some type of revelation, some type of awakening. So I feel that maybe your daughter will say something maybe to him, is what I feel. And it's going to help. He's going to adapt. And she'll say something that will get his attention, I feel, without saying something direct, is what I'm getting. And I have the High Priestess card. So, yes. So, trust tells me trust her intuition. Also tells me that there's going to be some divine intervention. She's going to have help. Spirit's going to help her with this situation. They're telling me, but she will accomplish this. The Knight of Cups. So yeah, a message. She's going to follow her heart. So I feel she's going to say something that's going to make him change. And I feel like there's maybe a proposal, like in a way of maybe an apology or something along that line. Something along this line is what I'm kind of feeling. And I have the Judgment card, so an awakening. So it'll be a renewal, a rebirth. So this situation it will disrupt temporarily because of something your daughter will say to him that will catch his attention. And from there, I feel things will kind of start to move along. She will accomplish this course. That's what she's meant to do. This is a life cycle. This is a karmic cycle. This is something for him and something for her. That's why they're in their path. This is why this is happening. I have the Death card, so this is going to come to an end the way it is, and it's going to transform into something new in a beginning, okay? So that's just telling me. So tell her to be firm, stand confident. She's going to find the right words because the Spirit's going to help her find the right words without saying something direct. If that makes any sense, that's what they're telling me. She's going to find the right words to say. And it will be enough to change the situation for the better for her. But this is something that needs to happen. So it will happen. It's karmic in nature, the Judgment card. So hopefully that resonated with you, Car. And this is the star card was first. So they want her to remain calm. But it also tells me, though, Car, that this is something that's being illuminated. This is being highlighted. The divine is highlighting this scenario for a reason, for her and for him. So this is something that is for sure. She's being watched out for. So all will be well. Thank you very much for the super chat. Joni, my daughter is seeing hearts literally everywhere. Is the universe trying to tell her something? Let's find out. It's a communication, 100%. I got the Eight of Wands. That's news. So they're pushing this energy to her. She's getting news, and she's noticing these because Spirit is really connecting with her. So I also feel things are. It's telling her things are picking up speed. Things are going to be okay. I have the Three of Cups next, celebration. So she's telling her that news is coming. Things are picking up speed towards love and celebration and harmony, happiness, and freedom. Freedom with the Page of Wands. So it's to bring inspiration. That's what they're telling me. It's telling me that there's going to be limitless potential with our future, and freedom is coming with the Page of Wands. Because the Nine of Swords tells me because of the nightmares, because of the sleepless nights, the anxieties, the worries that people have had, the depression, the despair. The Two of Cups. So this is a communication. Once again, this is proposed. This is something that the universe is bringing into her energy, and it's out of love. And the heart obviously is the thing that we know comes from love. So that tells me unified. We're going to be unified. Love. That's what it's telling her. And the Empress card, healing, abundance, nurturing. The universe is saying all will be well. It's part of the evolution, and to say that the fruits of the labor are going to come to fruition, and healing will happen, nurturing will happen. That's what they're telling me. And 10 of Pentacles. So yes, so that means the legacy left behind is beautiful. Fulfillment for the lineage after, tells me wealth, abundance, health, and this is something that is for families and all. So this is Seven of Pentacles holding up my reading. Tells me long-term success. Tells me it's for sustainable results. It tells me the fruits of the labor will come to action. And it also tells me the seeds have been well planted. So it tells her that things that have been done are going to continue to grow and evolve. So that's exactly what the universe is telling her when she's seeing those hearts. So tell her to pay attention because they're talking to her. So I hope that resonated with you, Joni. Thank you for the super chat. I have a birthmark. Is there any significance to it, or is it just random? I have a birthmark as well. So does my brother. I feel that there is something to the birthmarks. I've always felt that. I've never looked at cards, but I felt there was something to it. And my ears ringing right now. So, all right. Where's significance to Joni? Birthmark. Let me tell you. King of Cups. So there is something to it. That's a yes card. Also tells me it's from a leader. So I think a father figure. I feel like this is God's way of saying, "Hey, I'm going to give you a mark." And Four of Cups. So yeah. So it tells me like it's an energy. This is something that was given to us with the Four of Cups. It was something that God, once again, from the King of Cups to the Four of Cups. It's for something that was done out of love, and this is God's way of communicating with you. And the Magician. So yeah, this is I feel it's a manifestation. This is a manifestation of God, and I also feel like there's something to this. And I don't know if it's to do with obviously it's how you were created. This is the creator that did this, but it also tells me maybe that there's some type of skill inside of you, something that designates you with based on your birthmark, is what I feel. And the Ten of Cups. So yes, there's a reason. It's family. So there's birthmarks. There's a reason why it's to say you're part of my family. So I feel that there is significance to your birthmark. I feel like it helps mark your family, the spirit, your spirit, soul, your soul family is what I'm kind of getting with that. So I feel like this is part of it. This is something from the inner, from the spirit. This is something that's done with love, divine love, and the Queen of Swords. So yes, I feel like this is for sure. It's a direct way that the divine has put us here, and how they've put us down with energy. I feel like there's an energetic connection with this, with the Queen of Swords. And I have the Five of Cups. So yeah, tells me This is something that's due to do with the Five of Cups. Usually, to me, is it's a way of them. I feel like it's a way of maybe it's loss usually or fears. Maybe that's the reason why when you come down here, because of that, the loss and the fears. And I feel like this is a way for God to kind of it's a way he's communicating. He's put this on you for a reason because of the celebration that's coming with the Three of Cups. That's family. That's celebration. So there's something familiar with that. And I feel like this is it was a very creative way for God the Creator to put these marks on people. And that's why I feel like this was just to combine you. This is your connection, is what I feel. And the Knight of Wands is holding in my reading. So this is something that's, when it comes to that, that just tells me it's an action that was taken from God. Also tells me that this is part of the journey. This is exactly what you're meant to be here to do. Is also to push us along and to fight, for the light, and help the timeline. So I feel like that was a communication thing for God, and it was like a mark specifically, that birthmarks are there for a reason. So hope that resonated with you, Joni, and thank you for the super chat. What does seeing the color purple mean when I meditate? Eight of Pentacles, mastery, tells me it's something you've been working on. This is skill development. So from your repetitive tasks, they're telling me. This is part of your apprenticeship, they're telling me. So you're an apprentice and you're starting to master these things, they're telling me. This is part of your ascension. Exactly. So the Fool card comes out. So it tells me this is part of your journey. This is a new journey for you. You're expanding. Tells me that there's opportunities for your growth. This is just telling me that this is based on your faith, trusting. You're starting to trust again. That's why you're starting to master these things. You're starting to trust yourself, and you're trusting what the universe has in store. Ace of Wands. So it tells me this is what you're inspired. Your urge to create things. So you're creating what you're manifesting. They're telling me you're manifesting this. The Ace of Wands for you, I would feel, is very, very magical. Almost like a wizard in a way, like magical. I feel like this is a new beginning for you. And I feel like this is part of your growth. And there's going to be some opportunities for you to continue to grow, they're telling me, in the future. And then the King of Wands. It's visionary. It's like your vision. That's what it keeps telling me. You're telling me visionary, vision. So you're seeing these things in your mind, in your third eye. You're seeing the colors because you're starting to manifest these things. It also tells me that you're very focused. You're very mature. You're maturing energetically. They're telling me that's the mastery part. You're starting to master these things and you're maturing. So it tells me this is part of your growth. And the Hierophant. So yes. So this is something divine wisdom. So that's a high priest card. Trust. That's what I'm saying is you're trusting again. I keep getting trust for you. You're trusting. You're trusting what's happening. Also tells me that this is you're forgiven. You're forgiving. That's what the big part of this is. And I feel like the things you've forgiven and the love that you've shared, I feel like the divine is helping you. You're growing. And the Strength card. So it's your focus, your heart. So everything that you're doing is from a good place in your heart. It tells me that you're loving yourself more and you're also putting love out to others. So I feel like that's the reason why that great inner strength and your focus is they're telling me you're starting to master these things very much. So that's why you're starting to see more colors or the purple. That's like the divine saying that you're focused. You're really starting to get it. And then the Page of Wands tells me limitless potential for you. Okay, it tells me you're starting to free yourself. You're freeing yourself from the restrictive things that you've put on yourself, as well as the the universe in general, or not the universe, but the society in general that has put you under. You're starting to expand, and there's great. You're starting to free yourself. So you're moving. You're telling me with the Fool card, your journey. So hopefully resonated with you, King of Cups, and thank you for. Oh, it's funny. I didn't even see the wizard. Wow, I wasn't even looking at your picture. I didn't even know you put a wizard up there. See, I'm telling you, there's something magical about that. It's hilarious. I didn't even notice that until right now. All right, Kim, let's see. Do you see long-term love coming in or coming and when? Oof. Well, Spirit doesn't usually tell me when, but I'll try my best to see if I'll just ask in general within the next year and see what that looks like. I asked if you'll find long-term love or new love within the next year on our time and on our calendar as we know it. I have the Knight of Swords, so it tells me like this is something that you're very ambitious. You're taking action. That's what they're telling me with the Knight of Swords. It also tells me that you're driven to succeed. You want this to happen. That's what they're telling me. I have the Four of Wands, so it tells me there's going to be a homecoming, a celebration. Tells me happy home, harmony. So I feel as you move forward that this will happen. And I have the Four of Swords. So this is there's going to be some renewal in your life. Right now, you're contemplating a lot of things. They're telling me with the Four of Swords. So it tells me that you're going to be in a recuperation period in the future. So things are going to come. You're going to complete those karmic cycles. I have the Seven of Wands. So you're going to have some challenges, or you've had challenges, but I feel like it's you're going to persevere. It tells me maintaining control of things. So I feel like that's a big thing for you. And I have the Seven of Cups. So daydreaming, wishful thinking tells me a lot of choices, a lot of things that kind of go on. The Two of Wands. So I feel like you're going to be planning a trip maybe in the future. And I feel like there's going to be travel for you for sure. And I also feel like because you're going to be leaving home, I don't know where you're going to go, but I feel that this is going to be something coming up for you. And I feel like that's part of your making progress. You're making progress, you're telling me, in your journey at this time. The Four of Pentacles. So it tells me you're going to be secure, long-term security, okay? So you're asking about long-term security, but it also tells me, though, that's you also maintaining control. So there's something you need to kind of let go of, they're telling me. There's something you're holding on to that you need to let go of. And the Seven of Pentacles. So there is long-term success and sustainable, but it's not going to happen like right away for you to find some love. The Empress card tells me, yeah, you're going to develop. This is part of your evolution, and to nurture yourself. Tells me you need to work on nurturing yourself a little bit more. Once you do that, you're going to find it. You're going to find that love that's coming to you. And the Ten of Pentacles. So there will be success. There will be, family success, long-term love. Tells me your love, financial success, harmony. That's success, long-term success. Once again, I keep seeing long-term success for you. So there will be long-term success, but this is a renewal phase for you. This is your resting phase. They're telling me, and this is a renewal phase. So things are going to kind of change. And I have the Nine of Swords holding up my reading. So it tells me that there's some sleepless nights, there's anxieties, there's despair, there's maybe even some nightmares at times that you might have. You need to let go of old traumas and old despairs. That's what they're telling me. This is part of your renewal phase. I feel once you do that, you have to let go and you have to love yourself. And I feel like once you do that, the universe will bring the energy into your life that's meant to be in your life. That's what I get with that. So hopefully that resonated with you, Kim. And I hope thank you for the super chat. Let's find out. Linda. All right. Linda Christie. I got the Four of Swords for you. So what I'm getting is maybe there's some things that you've kind of been contemplating a lot. And I don't know if you've been in solitude more or you've kind of been more quiet in introspection, but this is something they're telling me it's time for you to kind of relax. That's what they're telling me. It's resting time. I have the Seven of Wands, so challenges. So it tells me this is, but you're very good at maintaining control of these challenges. And I also feel maybe that um, maybe defensive at times, or maybe you've put this energetic field up around you at times that they're telling me that because of things that have happened to you, that tells me that that's um, almost defensive at times. Not saying all the time, but that's what they're telling me. This is the renewal phase for you as well. I have the Seven of Cups, so it tells me there's some opportunities coming for you. Okay. Also tells me there's a lot of things you're learning about, maybe that tells you maybe they aren't what you thought they were. And I also feel like this is you're searching once again. You're searching for a purpose, and you have some big plans. I feel as well. And I have the Strength card, so it tells me you have great inner strength. They're telling me that you need to maintain your strength, find your confidence. It also tells me love yourself, love yourself, be open to love, and loving yourself is a big part of this. It also tells me to stand strong, remain focused on the things. They're saying that you're very good, you're very compassionate. They're telling me the Temperance card. So it tells me that there's harmony coming and divine timing. This is all divine, and divine timing will happen. They want you to remain hopeful, okay? Tells me that you're seeing things maybe from a new perspective, or you're going to start to see things, perceive things differently. And that's a good omen, and a good omen is coming to you, okay? That's what they're telling me. Spiritual awakening. And the Hermit card comes up. So yeah, soul searching, introspection. That's what they're telling me between the Four of Swords and the Hermit card. It's time to go inside in introspection and kind of clean out the stuff inside, like the I teach spiritual cleansing, which will in turn help the physical cleansing, mental cleansing, all that stuff. It's all tied together. So it tells me you're gonna grow. Your consciousness is growing. Your divine wisdom is starting to play because you're starting to trust yourself. So that's what telling me. Keep going inside. And the Page of Wands tells me they're telling me that be a free spirit, be the free spirit that you've always been. And it tells me that also that comes back to limitless potential for you as well. With that Page of Wands tells me that you're whatever you want your future to look like is how you're going to make it look. Tells me you have all the skills and all the power to make that happen. Six of Pentacles. So it tells me you're very generous. Also tells me something is going to come to you. I feel very generous come to you in the future. Also tells me there's going to be some balance. So if you've been a little out of balance at times, or maybe some things you've been concerned about, tells me things are going to be rebalanced for you again in the future. The Hierophant is holding up my reading. So it tells me that trust yourself, divine wisdom. It also tells me that you're very old-fashioned in a way, what it means like you have very high standards, and it tells me that you just continue to trust yourself. That keeps coming back to a trust, and it all will be well. As they're telling me that things are moving along in the divine timing with the Temperance card. It's a renewal phase for you. It's a resting phase for you. This is a lot for you to kind of go inside and tell me. There's some inner work to kind of just kind of clean the house and just kind of renew yourself. So hope that resonated with you, Linda. Thank you for the super chat. Well, I had the opportunity to move my friend currently in the Seattle area back to San Diego sometime this year. Let's find out. I got Page of Pentacles. That's a manifestation. So I feel you're manifesting this. Also tells me like you're going to be able to financially, I feel, be able to do that. I know that's your desire. They're telling me with the Page of Pentacles. I have the Nine of Pentacles after that, the fruits of your labor. So it tells me that this is something you're going to be able to do financially. And I feel like there's going to be your sacrifices are going to come to, they're telling me your sacrifices are going to be fulfilled. I have the Wheel of Fortune. So it tells me that's a turning point. So yes, it's inevitable, they're telling me. It also tells me like there's a change coming, a change. Three of Pentacles, that's friendship, collaboration. So I feel, yes, it's something you're going to implement. You know, that's what they're telling me. Seven of Wands. So there's going to be some challenges. This is telling me there's going to be some challenges, but you're going to persevere. That's telling me you're going to persevere through this with no problem. Seven of Cups. You're going to have some decisions to make, okay? That's what they're telling me moving forward. So I feel like this is wishful thinking on your part. You're putting this out into the universe, you're telling me. And the Strength card. So yeah, focus. You're focused on it. Keep focusing on it. This tells me this is you have great strength. And this is something that you are able to do. Keep manifesting that. It's something you're doing out of love is why this stuff will happen. Is because you're focused from your heart, and this is something you like to do. And the Temperance card. So it tells me that this is a good omen spiritually for you to remain hopeful, remain calm. It tells me in timing, in the divine timing is when this will happen. But it looks like good spiritual omen is coming for you, okay? So, and the Ace of Wands tells me yes. Within the next year that you asked me, I feel will be there's going to be an opportunity for you, okay? You're going to be very inspired to be able to do this. And you're going to inspire your friend as well. So I feel like this is a new project, will be a new project for you and a new opportunity coming up within the year. So, well, they resonated with you. You are my sunshine. Thank you for the super chat. How does the month of May look for me? May, that's a couple months away. All right, let's find out. What does the month of May look like for Barbara? The month of May on the calendar. What does the month of May look like for Barbara? Two of Wands. So you're going to make plans. If you haven't already, you're going to be making, I think you're going to make some plans then. You're going to be leaving home, I feel, in May. I have the Four of Swords, something you've been contemplating. So wherever you're going, I don't know if you're going in May, but I feel like wherever you're going to take this trip to, you're going to have, you're going to be resting there. It's going to be resting for you. It's like a retreat, some type of retreat and resting for you. And the High Priestess card. So I feel like trusting yourself tells me also that there's going to be some type of it's energy to help nurture yourself. I feel like this trip will be very nurturing for you in May. And the Justice card. So it tells me this is going to be very good. I feel like you're going to get a lot of clarity in this trip. I also feel like this is something that's as just in nature. And I feel like this is something that you've worked towards or you will be working towards, or if there's something you've been contemplating or something you've been waiting to come through, I feel like you're going to see justice in May is what I'm kind of getting here. And the Moon card. So the Moon card tells me like, I don't know if this is, I feel like things are going to kind of be brought to light, illuminate, it's going to be very illuminating for you. But I also feel though that this maybe in May, that there's something that will help you, maybe this trip or something will help you kind of take a breath from maybe some of these anxieties or some of these thoughts that you have going on. Because I have the Star card after that. So it tells me that whatever's going on, I feel like it's going to be relaxing, very calming, wherever this trip that you're going to take will be. And I feel like there's going to be some renewal here, rejuvenation. I feel like this is a good omen for you, and I feel like this is something that's meant to happen. And the Sun card. So yes, sunny May for you, happiness, vitality, joy. I also feel like some type of rebirth, so all is well. So I feel this will be a good month for you. And I have the Knight of Swords, so it tells me anxieties, fears, sleepless nights at times. maybe even some nightmares at times. So I feel like this in May will be a big thing. There will be a trip, I feel, either that you'll be taking in May that I feel will bring you some renewal, and also feel you're going to be feeling better. You're going to release these fears and things like that. I feel like it'll be a big turning point for you. So hopefully that resonated with you, Barbarella. Thank you for the super chat. All right, Chuck. Being a starseed and old soul, just how many lifetimes have I had? Chuck, you're a very old soul. Because the first card I pulled is the Temperance card. So this is divine. And I got the Hermit card. So you're a very old soul for sure. It tells me that there's something. You've been here many times with the Page of Wands. So this is part of your discovering. This is, yeah. I feel you've been here a minimum of 6 times with the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like you've been here a minimum of 6 times. 6 tangible ones that they're telling me, but you're very divine in nature. So every time you've come here, you're searching for something. You're growing. This is part of the Hermit card, the divine knowledge. This is something you're growing. And you keep being rebirthed with the Page of Wands. It keeps being, you keep renewing freedom. This is a freedom thing. This is for you to grow with limitless potential with the Six of Pentacles next. And the Six of Swords. So I feel you've been here. You've transitioned that many times at least. With the Six of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Then I have the Seven of Pentacles. So long-term success, seeds have been well planted. Usually this usually tells me this is something that you keep doing for sustainable results. So I feel like this is part of your growth with these multiple lifetimes that you've been here. And then the Empress card. So yeah, exactly what it is. It's part of your growth. It's part of your evolution. Tells me this, you've accomplished a lot of things in your lifetimes. That's what they're telling me. So I feel like this is definitely, and the Knight of Cups is what they're telling me. This is something you like to do. You're a fighter. You're a messenger. And tells me that you're also here to fight for the light. And that's why you continue to come back into these timelines. So I hope that resonated with you, Chuck, and thank you for the super chat. My husband, Bill Watson, would like to know what galactic family he comes from, if any. Thank you. Bill Watson. He is part of a galactic family. I feel he's from Orion. I feel he comes from Orion. And I feel like he's a messenger. He comes here, and I feel like he's come here as well multiple times. And I feel with that, with the Eight of Wands, that's a messenger thing. There's travel. He's traveled here. I have the Five of Swords, so conflicts. He's traveled here because of the conflicts. And the Fool card, so to bring a new beginning. Also tells me this is part of the journey. And I have the Ace of Wands, so this is a project of his. This is an opportunity. This is for growth and success and victory. And I have the Lover's card, something he's done out of love to bring harmony. So I feel like this is what it is. It was a choice. He actually volunteered to come here. And I have the Ace of Pentacles holding on my reading. So this is something that is a divine gift for people who volunteered. Your husband is one of them. And I see Orion. So, and the funny thing is the Ace of Pentacles is an O. So that's exactly what I saw was an O. So when I get these things, I feel like we've all come together from wherever they want to call us from. We all come from the Creator anyway. So he's here. He volunteered to fight for the light and for the conflict that's going on. So we've all come together for a purpose from all of our areas to protect our lineage, because it's not only our universe that's affected, it's the entire universe, the entire world, all the universes around us, the infinite. If the dark wins, it takes over all. If the light wins, it stays in the light and takes over all. So there's always going to be that battle between dark and light. But the thing is because it's infinite. But the thing is it's the transition from the dark that's been so long to the light. So that's the purpose of this. We've all come together to consolidate the energies, to focus instead of being so spread. We volunteered here. This is the battle time. This is the battle time. So your husband's in it with us. So tell him. Hope that resonated with you, Christy, and thank you for the super chat. Sharon Fairchild, thank you for the super sticker. I'm going to see if there's any. I don't see anything for you so far. If there is something, I'll do. Oh, just a huge thank you for helping everyone in our soul family. Oh, thank you very much. Much love to you. Jason, thank you for the beautiful reading today. It was very special. Light and love to you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You are my sunshine. Yep. No worries. I hope those other questions that I read for you as well kind of got you some of the answers. So all will be well. All will be well. I actually made a comment to my wife after our reading too. I said I tingled a lot during our reading. So that tells me that the energy was very resonating. So it was good energy exchange. So thank you very much for yours as well. So sending you light and love as well. Why do I trigger my sister so much? Well, let's find out. I'm going to use my angel cards. Actually, no, I'm going to use my ancestor cards because it's regarding family. So let's see what the ancestor cards say. Okay, so I have the seer card. So it tells me maybe that you have intuition or some type of something that you I feel like you see things from a different perspective than your sisters do. Because I have the animal guardian. So animal guardian tells me that you're very protective and you trust your instincts. So I feel like maybe your instincts and the things that you feel are different than they do. So it's triggered. So I feel like there's opposites almost here with the situation. And I have the stargazer. So it tells me like you see things from a different perspective. There's a reason why you do, and you trigger them so easily. It's like I said, your perspective is a wider range, and it's things that you think differently than they do. And I have the Sage card. So the Sage card tells me that you're very devoted and you're very committed. Also, I feel like the things that you do with the Sage card also tells me like you're strong in your convictions. So you see things and you stay with them. I feel you've always kind of been that way, and I feel your sisters kind of have too in their own way. I feel like that's why you trigger them, because your thought process is different than theirs. Once again, I keep getting that. And the Peacekeeper, because I feel like it's the right to. So there's somebody, I don't know if it's you or them, but somebody have the feeling they have to be right all the time. So I feel like that's the scenario. It's maybe there's peacekeeper. That's the peacekeeper for me. Letting go of the need to feel right or be right. That's what they're kind of telling me. Air guardian. So shifting your perception. That's what they're telling me. So things are shifting your perception. I feel like because they're how they react to you, it changes maybe how you think of things. I feel like you reevaluate them. That's the seer. You kind of re-see things. And the traveler. So I feel like it helps you change things in a new direction. And I feel like that's something that you kind of do. You kind of direct things. And I feel like that's the reason why that's that control thing. That's the being right. I feel like that's kind of the scenario with your sisters. You just see things a little differently and you're very strong in your convictions. And I feel they are as well. And then High Priestess. So tells me that trusting yourself, divine knowledge, also tells me that's something that it just comes back to you see things, you receive things differently than you see things differently, you even communicate differently than they do, I feel. And I feel the Sun card tells me, like, that's holding in my reading, that you're going to have some happiness, some joy. So it's going to come back. There's going to be some renewal for you guys for the things, and that tells me you're going to transition, and this stuff won't be as triggering for them, and also for you. I feel because they trigger you too, I feel. But I also feel you guys are, things are going to move in a new direction, as I mentioned. And I feel like this won't be as big of a deal moving forward. But I feel that's the reason why they trigger you, or you trigger them as much, is because you see things differently than they do. And I feel that it's the need to be right. I keep getting need to be right. Somebody has to be right. So that's why I feel that there's a trigger there between you guys. So hope that resonated with you, Muse, and thank you for the super chat. Mama Sabe. What galactic family am I from? Let's find out. Huh. Ten of Pentacles. You are from a galactic family. And you're here to fight and bring harmony, celebration, community. So you are part of a community. So I feel you're Palladian. I keep getting a P even before I started reading for you. And I get the Nine of Pentacles. So between the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, also that's what I'm getting. So I feel like this is something like this is part of what you're here to do. You're here to help nurture. You're here to help heal. The fruits of your labor will come. As I mentioned, the Knight of Swords. You're defending something. You're here to defend your beliefs, and you're going to bring celebration. So I feel Pleiadian and the Wheel of Fortune. So you're here to complete cycles and karmic cycles. And I feel like there's some change coming. There's world change with the Wheel of Fortune, for the better. So I feel like that's what you're here for. And I have the Knight of Wands holding up my reading too. So it tells me this is action being taken. The energy that you bringing here is for a purpose, to fight for things. And I feel like that's the reason why you are here. So that's what I get, Mama Sabe, that you are a Pleiadian and you're part of community. Hope that resonated with you, and thank you for the super chat. Hi, Jason. What is my purpose going forward as a light worker, and what is in store for me in the next few weeks? So what you're doing, the Seven of Wands, when you asked about your purpose going forward, so this is something that overcoming challenges. So this is something like, I also feel like protection as a light worker. It's to protecting energies, protecting young ones. I have the Seven of Cups. So tells me you're searching for a purpose. Is what they're telling me. You're searching for a purpose, but your purpose is already here. You're here to protect. That's what they're telling me. I have the Hermit card. I feel like this is you're searching for something once again. You keep searching for a purpose, even from your question. But they're telling me you're going go inside, introspection. It also tells me the divine knowledge is in you, but I feel you're here to protect. And I asked within the next month, 4 weeks for you, what it'll look like. So it tells me with the Page of Wands, you're going to discover some things about yourself. You're going to start to get some ideas. They're telling me, though, that you have, once again, limitless potential for what you want it to look like as a light worker. Also tells me that there's going to be inspired, I feel, within the next 4 weeks. Something's going to inspire you moving forward. And you're a free spirit. That's what they're telling me. And I have the Six of Pentacles. So it tells me maybe you're very generous. Or I feel maybe you'll be receiving something financially as well, maybe within moving forward in the next month. Possibly maybe some charity work. I don't know if you do any charity work or anything. So maybe in your future, I see maybe some charity coming in. And I have the Star card, so it tells me good omen. It tells me that you're being illuminated. So your life right now, even if you don't feel like it, the divine is illuminating you. It tells me that it's a good spiritual omen for you moving forward. Okay, to remain hopeful and calm. Also tells me good fortune is coming. Okay, rejuvenation. And the Sun card. So it tells me that there's going to be beautiful joy, fulfillment. Also, with the Sun card is children. So I feel you're going to be here to protect. I feel like if you haven't volunteered, maybe you're going to look to volunteer somewhere. And I also feel like there's going to be joy. You're very warming as a energy. It tells me I'm feeling, and then I'm also seeing this radiance. I feel like there's going to be something there for protective celebration. All will be well in your future. And I have the Knight of Swords holding up my reading. So it tells me that you're very action oriented. You're going to be strong in your beliefs and how you communicate. And I feel like you're here to defend once again and protect little ones is what I'm kind of getting. So I feel like maybe that's something to do with your future a little bit more as you move forward. So hope that resonate with you, Blanche, and thank you for the super chat. No, an artificial force field? Good question. I don't know. I had a very interesting dream that I had a daughter, but couldn't figure out who the mother is. What was the meaning of that dream? A child picked you. That's what that was, but I'll tell you. So I got the Six of Pentacles. So it tells me that this was something that was received. You received this, okay? Also tells me it's a gift that's coming to you. Your daughter will be a gift that's coming to you. I have the Tower. So that tells me that this was a revelation. So the spirit, this was the Tower card isn't disruptive. This means there was a revelation. So things kind of tells you that your life is going to change. Two of Swords. So it tells me that this tells me moving forward, like some decisions that you're going to make, or some decisions that you've been contemplating. I have the Page of Pentacles. That's regarding a child. So this tells me this is going to be a gift to you. That's what it's telling me. And I feel like this is also with the Page of Pentacles. It tells me that there's an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you. That this was something that was manifested to you, so you could understand and see that. And the Ace of Swords. So yeah, so it was to tell you you're going to be successful in your life. Also tells me that it's a breakthrough for you. This was a breakthrough. That dream that you had was very, very breakthrough for your energy and your mind. It also tells me that this brings clarity. It was very clear what you saw and you understood. You're gonna get more of that moving forward, is what I'm feeling. And the Four of Wands tells me harmony, joy, celebration, family. So this tells me your future is going to be a very harmonized, joyful home life, is what they're telling me. Celebration. So the Knight of Swords tells me this was something that that the divine did to take action to show you. If you had any doubts about things, or even if it has to do with your child or anything like that, it's just the doubts. It was the divine's way of communicating directly to you, so you can understand that. So they're telling me that's something that you've seen, and it's coming into your life. It's a gift. So I hope that resonated with you, Damien, and thank you for the super chat. Cecilia, thank you for the super sticker. Much love, much love, much love. What message does my higher self have for me? I'm going to get my angel deck. We'll see. I got balance. That's the first card. So it tells me find balance. You're finding balance. Do things in moderation, they're telling me. It also tells me like you're find balance, but also you're going to find the perfect timing in things. You're going to start to notice it. It's literally going to start to click for you. But they want you to find balance as you move forward, your higher self. Then I have the Wheel of Fortune. So it tells me like things are turning. There's turning points coming for you. There's change coming for the better for you. It tells me this is things are going to move forward. So if there's been like things you've been waiting for, whatever situation, your growth, it tells me there's going to be a turning point for the better, and it's inevitable. I have the King of Water. So it's opening. You're opening your heart and your mind. That's what your higher self is saying. Just open your heart and your mind. There's endless possibilities with the King of Cups or King of Water. So it tells me like emotional balance. Once again, that was the first thing that I was pulled was balance. So finding that balance, not too high, not too low. They're telling me your higher self is saying you nurture yourself. The Seven of Earth. So the seeds have been well planted. Once again, you're going to have very good long-term success. Tells me that this is something that you've been working on, and your higher self is saying you will get to that point. You will be victorious, but keep planting those seeds for your future. And I have the Five of Cups or Five of Water. So it tells me maybe there's some fears or some doubts. At times that maybe when things don't, you try to figure something out and then something else comes along that makes you second guess what you thought. That's part of you. It's to like they mentioned. Spirit says release from your heart and your mind. Release these things and find that balance. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. And I feel like some of these doubts that you may have had about some things. I feel like are going to start to go away. That's the cup half empty or cup half full scenario with that Five of Cups. And release. So an end of a phase, okay? End of a phase. Something is coming to an end, like the Wheel of Fortune says, and then we're going to change into something new. So that's what the release is. So this is a spiritual transformation for you. That's what your higher self is saying, that you're growing. This is you're growing. It's time for you to move on in this journey, they're telling me. So you're holding yourself back at times. So they're telling me you're able to move along how you see fit. And the Hermit. Keep meditating. Release. Go inside, they're saying. This is what you're asking for your higher self. That's introspection. That's exactly what that means. Go inside. Your higher self will lead you. It's going to lead you to success. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. That's what I just got, the self-discovery. So, and then the Ace of Fire. So you're going to be inspired. New opportunities are going to come. You're going to have opportunities coming your way. You're going to be very sharp-minded and focused. And it tells me that this is a new opportunity is coming. That's what they're telling me. And I have the Knight of Earth holding up my reading. So financial is going to be solid for you. You're investing. It also can mean you're investing in your energy and your time. That's going to come to fruition for you. It's a very good investment in your time, like the seeds have been well planted, as stated. So tells me that keep working. Your higher self says you are learning these things, you're mastering these things. Keep working. Release these fears and these doubts. Open your heart and your mind to endless possibilities. And that's what they're telling me. You're doing that. So you have a lot of major arcanas in this pull. So it tells me that these are major movers. Okay. So it tells me that you're able to manifest pretty much what you need based on your energy. What you put out is what we receive. As I always talk about, that's the biggest message Spirit gives me to tell people all the time. So I hope they resonated with you, Vanessa. Thank you for the super chat. Yep, I will definitely do that. All right. Can you tell me anything about my purpose in this life, please? So, right now, this purpose in your life, you're adapting, okay, with the Two of Pentacles. So you're adapting to things, okay, in this time frame, in this timeline. I have the Queen of Wands. So it tells me like this is something they want you to, you're very determined. They want you to remain focused. This is something that they want you to find the joy in your life. That's what I feel like the purpose of your life in this one is to be strong, be independent. Also tells me to remain focused on being joyful with your life. I have the Two of Wands. This is part of your progress. You are making progress. Also tells me that you should be discovering things. Maybe you should be out traveling. I don't know if you like to travel, but it tells me you should start making more travel plans. You're going to discover a lot of things in your life. I have Four of Swords. So it tells me this is a resting phase for you in this life. This is a renewal, recuperation. So I feel you're here to help once again move the timeline along. Also help people or help the energy, like I said, move along, transition. It's renewal, recuperation. That's what I'm kind of getting. I have Three of Pentacles. So the purpose of this is for you building something, collaboration, teamwork with the Three of Pentacles. It tells me we're building something. You're building something. This is something that's being built with other energies as well that you may not even know that you're interacting with, but you are. I have the Seven of Wands. So it tells me challenges. The purpose you're helping overcome these challenges that have been presented here. We're defending the universe with the energy is what I get. And the Seven of Cups, because of all the illusions that have been going on, all the things that's been going on. I feel with the Seven of Cups that could be like the illusion of what's up is down, what's left is right. Literally, what's good is bad, what's bad is good. Everything is twisted. So I feel like this is the illusion is to help defend and go and release this illusion that's here. And the Hermit card. So truth. You're here to help bring truth. You're also here to help spread divine knowledge when it's your time. This is part of what you volunteered to do, and this is also off-world. This is very divine in nature. And the Page of Wands. So you're here to bring freedom for people. This is what this is. You're here to free people. You're here to, as I mentioned, defend the light over the darkness, for the illusion, for the things that have been cast upon us. I feel with the Seven of Cups is like a spell almost that's been put over us. I feel like this is what you're here to do, and it's to help bring freedom. And the Eight of Cups, so to depart from the old, transition, leaving behind the old. And the Hangman. So this is a part of the evolution. This is part of our sacrifices, your sacrifice that you've come here to do. This is an awakening phase. For this is a growth phase. This is seeking new perspective. This is how things are going to do. Surrendering the old, and the Emperor card, because this is something you volunteered to do as a leader. And God says, I'm going to send you down. So this is what you're doing, because this is the Eight of Swords is holding in my deck. So it tells me entrapment, the imprisonment of the world and the energies. I feel like the Emperor, which is father figure God, I feel like this is something you volunteered to do because you're very good at, you took a leadership role, you're very strong energetically to come down here. And I feel like there's a purpose why you're here and all of us are here at this time, because we volunteered with God, and this is where God has put us, because we volunteered to do this, to overcome challenges and be leaders, as this scenario, to remove the imprisonment of the dark who's imprisoned us in the universe. So it's to release that. So that's what I feel we're here to do, and you're here to do. And I feel that very much so that you're adapting. You're telling me there's you're adapting to this situation in this lifetime. So that's what you're here to do, and this is what your growth process is as well, is learning to adapt to each of these scenarios that come. So hope that resonated with you, Minerva, and thank you for the super chat. Or is that Tarot Destroyer again? I can't even block that person. That Tarot Destroyer, I'm going to destroy you. I can't even block that. If I try to block that person, I can't even do that. I'm the owner of the channel. It gives me an error. An error occurred. Try refreshing it unless somebody else already blocked that person. I don't know. Let me see. I'm about to go through and read some stuff. Windy Day. What is my purpose here? Thank you, Soldier of Light. Ace of Swords. You're here to bring victory and success. The Sun card. I feel over with the children. I see children. So the Sun card tells me celebration, happiness. You're here to bring victory for this fight. I'm telling you, there will be success, and all will be well. A rebirth. You're here for a rebirth. And I get the Eight of Swords again. Entrapment, imprisonment. This is what the purpose is. Same thing. I feel like there's a lot of similarities to a lot of these. The Hermit card. So renewal. This tells me this is being illuminated. This is something you volunteered to do. You're blazing a path. They're telling me. Bringing independence. Also the Page of Wands again, which is freedom. I feel like it's, and the Eight of Swords kind of come, you're here to help free the world from the slaves and the chains, the enslavement and chains that have been around the universe and us. And also I got the Two of Pentacles. So it tells me you're adapting as well. You're learning. You're going to learn some things. Things are out of balance right now, is what they're telling me. And the Queen of Wands. So you're very focused. It tells me you're going to be. They want it's to bring zest for life and joy back. Also tells me you volunteered for this. Volunteered. Also tells me independence. So I know you've been probably a pretty independent person. So it tells me this is something you volunteered to do. Seven of Cups. Choice. The illusions, once again, this is the illusion that's been going on here. I feel like this is why you're here, for this reason exactly, your purpose. And the Eight of Cups, walking away from this, departing from the old. The Hangman, again, in a different position, tells me surrendering, awakening, rebirth, renewal. It's the sacrifice that you've made by coming here. And the Eight of Wands, so it tells me it's to help change, to move things along more rapidly. And I also feel like Manifestation. You're here to help move the manifestation along. And this is what I feel with the 10 of Cups holding up my reading is this is something out of divine love, connection, and harmony for the not just you, but all the generations and things after this is why you've come here. You're strong enough to come here. So I feel like it's for the young ones. As I mentioned, it's to free them. And I feel like it's to free the future generations from the enslavement and the illusion of what's been going on in this world. So I hope that resonated with you, Wendy Day. And thank you for the super chat. You checked into my daughter a bit ago. Still no contact. Do you see any resolution? I just sent her 11 light, but I miss her. Let's find out. There will be balance coming. I have the Six of Pentacles, so there's going to be some balance, okay? So it tells me there's going to be an exchange of some sort with you in the future, maybe within the next 6 months. I have the Tower card, so there's going to be some revelations, okay? There's going to be some type of release. So I feel like this is a change is coming. It tells me a change is coming. And I have it because of some decisions that are going to be made. I feel like there's decisions. There's avoidance. I feel she's avoiding, and I also feel that you're avoiding in a way too. So I feel like this is decisions you guys have both been kind of contemplating on your own. Yeah, Five of Swords. So there's conflict. So it's conflict in your mind and conflict in her mind. But Seven of Pentacles tells me there will be some success. It'll be long-term success with the seven. So there've been seeds have been well planted. Just stay diligent. They're saying, and things will start to come. Okay, it's not going to be quick moving, as I mentioned. Things will come when it's supposed to come. And I feel like there's some things that you're learning about with that Tower card. You're reevaluating your life. She's reevaluating hers. There's things that you guys are learning insights about yourself, and she's learning insight about herself and learning insight about each other and the interactions you've had. The Judgment card tells me that this will come. This is karmic in nature. You will come together. There's going to be an awakening, a renewal, a new phase. So it tells me there's going to be some completion in your future. It just won't be right away. It'll be some time, okay? It could be maybe up to 7. I mean, Pentacles could be years. So it could be, between 7, could be 7 months. It just really depends on the divine timing but Pentacles are usually tangible. So that tells me, I would say between the next 6 or 7 months, possibly, that this may start to move forward in a different direction. Okay. And the Four of Pentacles. So there's some things that you both are holding on to, both of you. That's the reason why this hasn't gone along. The King of Swords. So there's going to be some truth coming. There's some clarity will come. But it also tells me you both think too much, okay? Way too much. Six of Wands. So that tells me, again, Six of Wands. That 6 keeps coming up. So it tells me with the 6, I feel within the next 6 or 7 months that you probably will make some progress. With the Six of Wands, that's progress. That's have confidence in yourself. Also tells me victory. Okay, there's going to be some recognition going to be brought up. So things are going to be kind of brought out, discussed, and will help transition. So Four of Wands holds up my reading. So there's going to be, like I mentioned, there will be celebration happening again. A homecoming. Joy will be in the future holding in my reading. So it tells me you both have some things you got to work on. And it tells me maybe within the next 6 or 7 months, possibly, that things will move forward more amicably. So they'll be able to communicate. Maybe there's going to be some communication or something that's going to come that will kind of start to move things along and bring you closer. Because the Six of Pentacles was the first card. So there's going to be balance brought. Okay, there's going to be an exchange. Okay, so that tells me that everything will move in a direction it's supposed to. So stay the course. All will be well. Hey, what's up, Jitty Mama? Good stuff. So it looks like I got through all the questions. That's good. Perfect. So I can just talk to you guys for like a minute. I know there's only a few left in this chat, so that's crazy. But yeah, it's been a great opportunity. Like I said, all the people that I've done readings for, it's been amazing. I want to push other people's channels, and I know that some of you guys reading some of the quick, question or answers. I'll read all the chat afterwards, but it's time. I know it's time. It's time for me to focus on something, and with this at the readings, but I also feel it's time for others to focus too. Step out of their comfort zone and to take their ownership of these things. There's I want other people to grow, and it tells me that even if it's some of you in the chat, start your own channel, even if it seems scary. Just get out there, start talking, start spreading what you feel is your truth. That will be probably some of the best therapy for some of you guys that you would be amazed at. Once you kind of get the flow and things like that, it starts to just come. So I just want you guys to all get out there with confidence. This is all about spreading the light, no matter what that looks like. A smile, a hug, waving at somebody, whatever that means, something simple like that. Smiling at yourself, telling yourself you love yourself. I mean, we don't do enough of that stuff. So I feel like that's something that we need to focus on more of. And I feel like that's part of it, spreading your light. Something as simple as spreading your light for yourself, loving yourself. So we talk about all the time. Just loving yourself goes a long way because no one can love you like you. That's why it's called the self-esteem. No one else can affect your esteem except for you, which is true. It's like we talk about with the energetic boundaries. I always tell people, be you all the time. Don't be you for one person, you for another person, afraid what you might be, what you're usually like, and you're afraid to maybe say things or be you or whatever around other. Don't. Be you. If it's loud and obnoxious, that's what God made you to be. If you're quiet and reserved and more introspective, then that's how God made you to be. There's a reason why we have loud mouths like myself, and we have quiet people like my wife, who's quiet, but when you make her mad and that quietness comes to loud and angry, watch out. So that's the reason why God made us to balance the world out. So it's the water signs, fire signs, air signs, land signs. So it's all tied together. It's to bring balance. Everything's about balance and harmony. So as I mentioned, the biggest thing that Spirit wanted me to tell everybody today is to manifest things like they're already done and believe it. Like it's this justice has already come. We're already at the finish line. This has already happened. We are just walking into that timeline. That's all it is. You just have to project that for long term. Send the darkness every day. Put your energy. Send the darkness, the devil, the darkness, the demons, whatever you want to call them, and lower energies. Send them to God, into the light with forgiveness and healing to be judged by God the Creator. He will. Because the more of us that focus our energy on that instead of individually, it's very powerful because you're working on yourself. You're doing it from a place of love, and your individual energy helps the collective because you're doing it from a place of love and for healing. And you want to heal. That's why a lot of you are here with all these questions. Why am I here? You're here because you volunteered to be here. I've seen that pretty consistently from the cards and what I get from Spirit all the time. We volunteered for this. And it's difficult. That's why we all have difficult lives. We're not all billionaires riding around with people driving us around in limousines. You know what I mean? That's why we're here. There's a reason why we're here, and this is what our lives are like in this scenario. It's so we can understand the heartaches and the things that we don't want our future to go through, future selves, our lineage, things of that nature, and moving on for just the timeline of the universe. We don't want that to continue to go on. That's why we came here. We told God, this is the time I want to be here. I'm strong enough to make this happen. And you know what? And God's like, this is exactly right. And I know that there are souls who are stronger than others. I know that. It's just, I feel like, or different levels at that time. The journey is eventually to get back to God, the Creator, the source. So, but each of us are in our different journeys, even after we pass on. We're all in different journeys. And as I mentioned for Dennis earlier, you're manifesting. You're manifesting these things, and he's growing. We're apprentices. We're learning these. We're mastering these things. As we master them, we ascend to different levels. And I feel like that's what we're doing. I feel like the biggest thing you can master is yourself. And I feel like the biggest thing that we can master as a whole is ascending the planet, ascending the universe into a timeline of love and peace and harmony and truth and clarity and abundance for all. That's what I feel like. That's what we volunteer. This is God told us. This is going to be a difficult time. And you're like, I can do it. I can do it. So you chose your path. So I just want to let you know that you have the strength, or you wouldn't be here. No matter if somebody they're here for 2 days, or if you're here for, 100 years, 120 years, whatever. That's what, no matter if you come here for that long, your energy still leaves an imprint. So that's how strong you are. And you just transfer energies into a different timeline, different, whatever that looks like. So we just continue on. That's the thing. We're eternal. So that's what I want people to know. Like this, you shouldn't be afraid of ending things. Like, oh, we're talking about this is the world, the World War. We're gonna have World War III. Blah blah blah. Ooh, I'm like, please, let's do it. Let's do it. If this is what's meant to be, let's do it. So that's just me, saying I'm ready for whatever's coming down the horn. I know we've already won. That's a true story. We have. So I'm just ready for it. Don't be afraid. A lot of people are afraid to die. A lot of people are afraid to see what happens in the world, and all this is, you shouldn't be. The fear is what feeds these things and what feeds it. So this is the releasing this stuff, releasing fear of doubt, of dying and all that stuff. Dying is a gift. Be honest with you, dying would be a gift from God, because then you can renew, you can regenerate, and God can say, this is what you've done very well, and these are some things you could do better. Part of your apprenticeship, as I mentioned. So now you have to go get it right. So that's why I just want to say for you guys, this is a long journey. This is a marathon. This isn't something that we're in a sprint and we're done. So that's why I would tell people, stop focusing on the outside, focus on the inside. That's the biggest message from Spirit tonight too, is introspection, the Hermit card, true seeking, illuminating your path. And it's different. Your path will be different than others. Don't base your path on what you see and hear from others, because that's totally separate. So it just comes back to loving yourself, appreciating yourself. That's the first thing. And from that self-love and appreciation, just that energy vibe alone, without saying a word to anybody, will just reverberate into the universe with such beauty. So be the beautiful souls that you are, as I always mention. And it's a great journey we're on. And I feel very, very blessed from not less. I'm not be less. That's what blessed means, be less. So bliss. I'm very blessed with the abundance of my life and the beautiful people that come into my path. And that's what I tell God every morning I wake up. And I do more of that. I just want you guys to know that you're divinely loved. And I wish you could have had that experience that I've had with the hugging. And I feel like I've hugged God and Jesus Christ. I feel that very much so. And it was so loving and so beautiful. So that tells me, and I was told verbatim, things are changing. They just don't know it yet. That's the message that sticks in my head all the time and replays. So for the better. And then when I hugged, it was in this dream. And like I mentioned, it was Trump, but it wasn't. I feel it was Jesus or not Jesus, Yeshua, not Jesus. That's another thing. Yeshua, I feel it was Yeshua or God. That's how I felt when I hugged Trump in my dream. Because I started crying like a baby, and I felt so loved and so protected and so warm, like everything was great and beautiful. I never felt that love in my life, and it was so pure. I didn't even know how to process it. It was so pure. That's what it felt like to me. So don't be afraid. I gain more people when I'm not reading. How's that go? Figure out how that one goes, huh? I stopped reading and I started getting more people in the chat. So, but that's all. So spread your light. That's why I always put that in the chat. New people come. Guess what, man? Give them a virtual hug. Tell them welcome, like you guys always do. And you see that the dark really does pop in and tries to throw monkey wrenches. And so if your channel's being held back, there's a reason why your channel is held back, because you are very special. And I feel like there's a reason why that the energy doesn't want your energy to spread any more than it already has. So know that if that's what's happening to you, wear it like a badge of honor. There's a reason why. And the channels that continue to grow and give you really no good information or anything new that's anything valid or will help anybody, and they're continue to just grow and grow and grow and grow, and thousands of people, guess what? There's a reason for that. I'm sorry to tell you, it's not because you're amazing. I'm going to tell you that already. So it's a fact that you guys are all in it. It's hard. This is not easy, even for me. So I know I might make it look easy, but it's not. It's not for me, because I feel your guys' energies, and good and bad. I feel when you guys are hurting, and I feel the energy that comes with it. But I also feel afterwards that our interaction energetically actually is healing. It's very healing for myself and for yourself as well. So I feel like there's a huge energetic exchange of energy, which is beautiful. So I just want you guys to know that there's always love here. Like I said, I don't do this for money and all this crazy stuff. That's not what I'm about. I'm about spreading as much as I can with a gift which many of you already have. I know that. So you guys just don't know it. You guys don't trust it yet. But you all have that intuitive ability. You guys all just need to start connecting to spirit. And a lot of you guys are just asking questions you already know the answers to. And I'm not complaining, because, I get to help you. But the fact is, I feel a lot. That's the first thing spirit tells me when I read a lot of questions. They already know the answer to this question. That's what I hear, literally, what they tell me. But confirmation is always a good thing, and I understand that. So I hope that the answers that you get or receive, even if they're difficult at times, it's to help you say, okay, I did understand that. I felt that already. Okay. So that's the okay moment. That's the aha moment. So that's spirit's way of saying, hey, your aha moment. Now, next time you have this feeling, go with it. There's no reason to ask somebody else, because you've already asked yourself, your higher self, and God. So, but yeah, definitely. Gypsy Mama, are you on my channel? Everything I post, I lose subscribers. That's exactly what I started the show with. Did you know that? Those exact words. Literally, every time I literally post something, I lose subscribers on the dot. It's like magical AI. So I just think it's funny. That's how I started my. That's exactly right. Every time I post it, exactly. That's what's happening to me too. So yeah, it's there's a reason, Gypsy Mama. You know that. I know you know. So there's a lot of them. So I just want you guys to know that there's a reason. Okay, there's a reason. So, but on the other side of this, the channels that have been held back, watch out. Watch out. If we even, I don't even think some of us will even do this anymore after this world changes. I think some of this stuff, we're going to have bigger things to do, all of us. So I feel like a lot of these things will maybe come, but it won't even look close to what it is now. So, but yeah, you are a true light. Some channels are thriving, but the energies are not right. You're right, Leah Jade. That's a true story. True story. True story. And I know energies. Believe me, I'm very good at them. And I'm telling you, the channels that are growing have the same people that they interview with all the time in their little cliques. Those channels continue to grow. All these things that continue to happen. There's a reason why that their channels are growing. I'm just going to tell you that. I'm not saying intention may be bad all the time, but there's a reason why the channels grow. So, and the other ones that keep, like we mentioned, a few of us, they keep getting pulled away. People pull them away. And not like 1, 2 here and there. I mean, literally every time you post something, like Gypsy Mom said, that's what happens to me. So it's not, that tells me that there's proof that exactly the algorithm that's put in for me is put in for her. There's an algorithm to it. No one's watching it. They're just pulling, the bots are just pulling our channels, pulling our subscribers. So yeah, that's a true story. So I just look at it and laugh. I feel like we should maybe all get together and start sending some cease and desist letters to this, whoever the CEO and the operating officer of YouTube is. That's what I was going to do. I was going to actually, funny, the day I said I was going to send a cease and desist certified mail, which is a contract, to with my fee schedule, which is public record for me, and a true bill to YouTube for how much they've affected my freedom of speech, my freedom of assembly, as well as interfering in commerce, international commerce, because that's what this is. There's people from all over this world who have come together for this channel, and they pull them from them. So, or they don't get the alerts. They unsubscribe them on their own. And I'm putting this on record. So the day I was going to send a cease and desist letter, guess what happened? The universe said, the YouTube CEO stepped down. That day, I was literally going to write and send a letter. YouTube CEO stepped down that day. So that was Spirit telling me things are changing. Let them fight their little last breaths of gas. They're gasping for air right now. So that's what I want people to know. It's beautiful. When you look at things from a different perspective, like I have been after this, the beach scenario that I had, the beach, beautiful in between dimensions thing, it was amazing. I feel like I've been in such a different place mentally. Like I'm ready. Like I am ready for whatever comes down the horn. So it's good. I want you guys to know that. Just have confidence, man. That's what this stuff goes. Have confidence. I've heard prophets lose their positive heavenly connection when their focus is on money. Does it work the same for tarot readers? I believe so. Yes. Yes, Russ. It's not just, and see, I need to get something else burping. So when I burp, that tells me something has to come out. So once again, when your focus is on money, are you really trying to help people? Or are you trying to help yourself? And yes, we all have expenses. Even for me to do this, we have expenses. I'm not saying that. People have mouths to feed, and I understand that. But when your intention is specifically derived or put into make money and financial gain, then intuitively and spiritually, then they're going to start to pull your gifts slowly. It won't be right away, but your intuition will slowly be pulled from you because you're going to start to channel darkness because there is something attached to you. You because you're focused on that toxicity, the want, the need. I need this. I want this. That's the whole. I don't have enough. That's the whole thing where it comes back into it. And that's a true story. A lot of people's energy will be pulled from it. So yes, when you're focused on the money and strictly on the money, you're not really given a full exchange of energy. I feel like that's and from a good whole place. And I'm not saying this to sound arrogant because this is not what it is. Out of anybody, I've watched a lot of readers and a lot of people online with, and I can honestly say I've never seen anyone light up a room, change the energy in the room by channeling or by reading. And it happens to me all the time. And I feel like the light, it gets super bright. And I feel like that's if that's not proof to you in general that there's spirits around us and spirituality is a big thing, and you are pulling from the light when the light brightens and not dims, then that tells you right there that you are working with the light. And I have yet to see anyone else on any TV or anywhere on YouTube, anything like that, that when they channel or read, that the light brightens, that things get brighter. And I've never seen that. I've seen orbs here and there, but orbs could also not be good. So it really depends, So I'm not saying that, but I mean just saying like there's a lot of people who say that they're from the light and they're good at pretending that to make people say, hey, I'll take your money. I'll take your money. I'll take your money. And that's why I'm not saying this, but honestly, that's the truth, man. And I've been holding things back for people, and I'm not saying this from a negative place. It's just People aren't who they say they are a lot of times. And I know none of you know me, but you know what? I am who I am, and I'm always the same, no matter what. And that's what I want you guys. We talk about this all the time. Be you all the time. Don't be you in front of a camera, and you're totally opposite of what you are in real life. Things like that. I mean, there's because there's agendas with that. That's what I'm getting at. Be your authentic self, who God put you to be. So that's what I wanted to get back. The biggest thing is people have to take their power back. Take your power back and don't give it away anymore. Don't give it away. Take your power back. Heal yourself. You can heal others by taking your power back and taking that being confident again, loving yourself, smiling at yourself, telling yourself you love yourself. So I feel like that's the biggest thing that Spirit tells me for you guys and for myself all the time too, is it's a work in progress. The seeds have been well planted. You're divinely loved. And you will always be divinely loved. God created you for a reason, and you're here for a purpose, and you will fulfill your mission in this lifetime. When you've accomplished all the things you need to accomplish, it will be time for you to move on. Whatever that looks like, or whenever that may be, that's between you and the Creator. So, all right. Well, just wanted to say thank you guys. I think before we go, I want to do a quick little, if you guys want, meditation. Not a different meditation though. I feel like I want to, let's manifest that this timeline, or that we've already won together. Let's also manifest together while we're here, even if there's 38 of us. That's that's church outside. That's what I say. It's international church. So what I'm getting at is, I want us to manifest also sending the dark into the light to God to be judged. And I feel like that's victory. That also helps us complete this cycle of victory. So I feel like that's a big thing. So if you want, please, if you want to join in this, you can. If not, you can always go. I just want to, if you can, please close your eyes. If you want, sit up, and if you're sitting in a chair or whatever, sit up as tall as you can. And put your feet, if you can, on the floor and palms up toward the sky. Right? You can lay them on your legs. You can lay them on the arms of your chair, whatever it is. And I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to slow your breathing down. In through your nose. Every breath in, you breathe in the divine breath of life from God, the creator of all. And every breath out, we release all things that do not belong. Father God, creator of all, I ask all these beautiful people and all these beautiful souls and your children that have come together, I ask so humbly that you help align their spirits, align their minds, and align their bodies to your divine will. We come to you so humbly today. We ask for your divine intervention and guidance, Father. We send the energy out to the universe through your guidance that the darkness has already been defeated. We have already won because of you, Father, and because of all of us that you've brought here during this time. Father, through your strength and all of your warring archangels, we send Satan, Lucifer, the devil, all names that they may call or worship the dark, all demons, all creatures, are all lower frequency energies, the collective of the light. Father God, we send them into the light with forgiveness and healing to you to be judged for this final time, to move us into a new future and into the beautiful light that you've always meant this to be, the Garden of Eden. Father, heal, protect, guide. We have already won. We ask so humbly for your blessing, your blessing, your love. So be it. And so it is. So I feel like this is a big thing, guys. Every day. Thank you. My hands are so tingly right now. So we pull a lot of energy. So I could feel it in my hands. So touch your heart. A lot of you don't do that. I mean, too, I also want you guys to start, if you haven't already. I told this to a person I read for today. Kiss your fingers, pinch them, just like this, like you're pinching something. Kiss them. And then I want you to touch your third eye with love. Touch your third eye with love. You're just like you kissing your third eye. And I want you to start to focus on that. If you start to have racing thoughts, anything like that, slow your breathing down, close your eyes, kiss your fingers, touch your third eye, and the Spirit will start to align you. Tell God to take these things from you. Be confident. Ask for confidence. Ask for love. Ask for guidance. Ask for protection every day. And God will answer you. God will answer you, but you have to believe. You have to believe. So thank you guys once again for your beautiful energy. And I'm glad, I'm happy to be back on. And I read all the comments from last time, and they were beautiful. I'm going to read them again after this show. And I always do. So I really appreciate your guys' support. Stay strong. Be the light. I'll see you guys on Monday. And I'm always open for anyone who, ever wants me to come on their show. I have some time. I'll be able to come on if you want me to come on. It's up to you. But I feel like it's time for others to spread their wings a little bit more. So that's why I'm kind of stepping back from my spiritual roundtable. So I feel like it's time for others to start to open, spread their wings, become the beautiful angels that they are, and kind of start to grow. So, but I love you guys. I'll see you guys on Monday. SOULdier of Light, out.